Is it the end of an era? The time when an average person could waltz out of a Cartier authorized dealer and instantly profit from a well-known timepiece model seems to be fading. Are we bidding farewell to Cartier flippers? Keep watching to find out as we delve into the changing landscape of luxury watch retail and resale. Word on the street is that Cartier has implemented a new policy limiting customers to purchasing no more than 3 Cartier models in a single year. Well, good luck trying to get your hands on a Cartier now. This move has sent shockwaves through the watch community, leaving many to wonder about the future of watch collecting and flipping. Are some authorized dealers in panic mode due to Cartier's latest directive? It certainly seems so. These flippers are the first to feel the sting of this market correction, and the ripple effects are already being felt across the industry. Yes, some will weather the storm. Having made decent money in recent years, they've built up a cushion that might see them through this turbulent period. Others, however, might have stocked up towards the end, holding on to a few pieces, believing they'd eventually turn a profit. If that's the case, it could potentially wipe out any previous gains they've made, leaving them in a precarious position. We'll have to wait and see until the next market upswing. Who knows when that'll be, but it is what it is. The watch market, like any other, is subject to cycles and corrections. What's unique about this situation is the direct intervention from a major brand like Cartier. What does this actually say about the watch industry and market? The fact is, fewer people are genuinely interested in buying timepieces from retail stores right now. This shift in consumer behavior is forcing brands and retailers to reassess their strategies. In the end, even the brands will feel some of this drama because, let's be honest, these so-called flippers flipped 2 out of every 3 watches that left the ADs. That's a significant portion of the market that's now in flux. But here's the thing about these flippers. They don't have any real stake in this business. That's the truth about them. It's not their profession. They don't invest time to study the process and dedicate themselves to it. For them, it's merely an opportunity to acquire the timepieces and make some quick cash. They're in it for the short-term gain, not the long-term passion that drives true collectors and enthusiasts. Some might argue they couldn't even get 1 Cartier watch, let alone 3. And they'd have a point. The scarcity of certain models has been a major point of frustration for many collectors. But now that we've had time to reflect on the situation and its causes, we genuinely believe it's the most significant move Cartier has ever made, and it will definitely work. We'll explain why. Cartier authorized dealers, if you didn't know, have essentially had the freedom and power to do whatever they want, literally sell their timepieces to whomever they like. This has been one of the biggest headaches for everyone in the watch industry for the last few years. It's created an environment where personal relationships and under-the-table deals often trump genuine interest and collecting passion. But there are many who prefer to play by the rules, and these honest dealers have been at a disadvantage in this Wild West scenario. Now that everyone's aware of numerous trustworthy authorized dealers who seem to follow the rules, it appears that the larger authorized dealers, not the real authorized dealers themselves, are causing all the trouble. Specifically, it's the employees who've managed to secure bonuses from their clients or incentives presented to them by their customers. This system of kickbacks and favors has distorted the market, making it nearly impossible for the average enthusiast to get their hands on coveted models. So, why did Cartier come up with this particular rule? Well, Cartier itself is the main reason for this new restriction because it clearly doesn't work for authorized dealers. From our perspective, this is giving the ADs a loud and clear message that Cartier in Paris has had enough. No more Mr. Nice Guy, no more fun and games, no more playing around. They clearly understand what's happening and are mindful of it. This move shows that Cartier is willing to take bold steps to protect its brand integrity and ensure fairer distribution of its products. Cartier is sending a clear message to their authorized dealers with this. Enough is enough. Instead of continuing to serve the same favored clients, they must start engaging with the rest of the public. That is, your flipper buddies need to step aside and make room for genuine enthusiasts and collectors. This shift could breathe new life into the Cartier community, bringing in fresh perspectives and reinvigorating the passion for horology. Obviously, we're not implying in the slightest that this occurs regularly at each and every authorized dealer. It's clearly not. There are many honest, hardworking ADs out there who've been doing their best to serve their customers fairly. However, there can be no denying the fact that this has been taking place. It has been happening, and it's been an open secret in the watch world for too long. Can't say we blame them, though. Everyone should act in the best interests of their family, most especially for themselves. Anyone who finds themselves in that so-called preferred customer scenario shouldn't be ashamed. The system was there, and they took advantage of it. That's human nature. We don't condemn them for purchasing 5, 9, or even 10 watches per year and flipping them. Sure, ethically, it's not the best thing ever, but they can't escape it since 9 times out of 10, people will jump at the opportunity. Or these certain customers could be paying for their vacation, taking them on weekend getaways or to music concerts. We'll never know the full extent of these arrangements, and it's not our place to judge individual choices. We're pretty sure Cartier is aware of this. Once they review the purchase registrations, names, and addresses, they'll notice that the same individuals consistently pop up. This pattern would be hard to miss, especially for a brand as detail-oriented as Cartier. They've likely been gathering data and analyzing trends for some time before making this bold move. Cartier has gone far enough with their authorized dealers since, surprisingly, what upsets Cartier upsets their authorized dealers as well. This alignment of interests is crucial for the success of this new policy. ADs detest hearing that someone is profiting off of them. They are aware that it is taking place, they just don't want to know more. They dislike being enlightened. And here's the catch. We suspect that Cartier genuinely approves of their authorized dealers profiting extra from their preferred customers, as some of them do. It's a delicate balance between allowing for healthy business practices and preventing outright exploitation of the system. Talk about daring. There will undoubtedly be collectors who are accustomed to purchasing 4, 5, or 6 watches annually. Guess what? That won't happen anymore. To be able to afford or be in the position to purchase more than 5 Cartier watches annually makes you one lucky individual, in our point of view. But it's also a sign of how skewed the market has become. Should any single individual have such preferential access to limited products? Since we need to take care of the entire watch community, it's high time for them to consider the people who simply want to get their first ever dream Cartier, but are unable to do so since these folks have been snatching up far too many. This is about democratizing access to luxury timepieces, making the dream of owning a Cartier more attainable for a wider range of enthusiasts, regardless of whether you're a collector or a flipper. This is a daring move from Cartier. Checkmate. It shows that the brand is willing to potentially upset some of its biggest customers in the short term for the long-term health of its market and brand perception. And if what we're hearing is accurate, new registers of interest from clients searching for sports watches are no longer being accepted by authorized Cartier dealers. Or should we say, Cartier itself. Now, that order definitely didn't come from Cartier. The ADs are stating what timepieces we can actually sell to our favorite customers. In order to serve them and ensure that we receive our bonuses, incentives, and additional jewelry sales, among other things, we're going to be trying to hold back. This reaction from ADs shows just how deeply entrenched the current system is, and how challenging it might be to implement real change. It's a pretty intriguing thing that this must happen before they can acquire their Cartier. What impact will it have in the long run? We've heard allegations that some dealers are actually holding on to some popular models because they aren't selling them to new customers, since everyone on their books has purchased at least 3 timepieces during the past 12 months. And now, that is prohibited. This hoarding behavior could create artificial scarcity and further distort the market. If Cartier can't sell more than 3 watches to their flipper buddies each year, then this will have a significant impact on the retail Cartier industry in the long run. In other words, Cartier will need to start looking for new clients. This could lead to a more diverse and vibrant Cartier community, with fresh faces and new perspectives entering the fold. The tables have turned. Goodbye to all of the Cartier flippers, all of those people who started making their way into the ADs and believed they could purchase a Cartier watch and sell it the next day. Those days are over. This marks a significant shift in the luxury watch market, potentially signaling the end of an era dominated by flippers and speculators. It's time that Cartier intervenes and puts an end to these flippers, the preferred client madness, and the yearly countless sales to a single customer. This intervention was long overdue, and it will be interesting to see how other luxury watch brands respond to Cartier's bold move. It is expected that prices will return to where they were last year, which were mostly high but healthy. Now that things are slowing down or normalizing, everything has clearly cooled off. In fact, The watch market experienced exponential price growth in the first quarter of this year, pushing prices to levels that are nearly beyond comprehension. This cooling-off period might actually be beneficial for the long-term health of the market, allowing it to find a more sustainable equilibrium. A lot of fly-by-night watch dealers and watch flippers are definitely going to suffer as a result of this correction. But for true watch enthusiasts and collectors, this could be the beginning of a new, more accessible era in luxury watchmaking. Only time will tell how this bold move by Cartier will reshape the landscape of the luxury watch market. Thanks for joining Luxury Focus. Until next time.